Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Kakurash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of the great millstone. And peace and salutations to the elect, the 144,000, which are all men. And to the rest of the elect, which are the 1/3, which are men, women, and children. Shalom to all you brothers and all you Akim that are out there and always laboring for this truth. And you few sisters that are watching, you know, that are part of the elect. I also want to say that the Israelites are who you call today so-called black, Hispanic, Native American, Puerto Rican, Dominican, Jamaican, Haitian, Guatemalans, the Panamanians. Those are the Israelites. Always have been and always will be. But I'm coming back at y'all with another video today from a picture picture that I came across from, you know, it's Sleepy Creepy Joe, the so-called president of the United States of Babylon. But as y'all can see what it says President Joe Biden says the black community, right, and he is right, will suffer if a U.S. government shutdown occurs. Now, I don't know if, you know, brothers have been paying attention to what they have been saying, you know, about the government shutdown. And about if they shut the government down, the people that have federal jobs and stuff like that, they won't get paid for a couple of weeks. I forgot how long they were talking about it might be going on, if it even happens. We'll see if the Lord does, because the Lord's in control, you know. But this definitely will affect us. This is how you know that we are in captivity. But we're Israelites, man. We're not. I'm not calling myself black. You know, that's outdated. You know. Really, it technically always has been, because we ain't black, but that's just, you know, what we've been labeled as, you know, as black. You know, that's not our nationality. Black is a fucking color, you know, and I'm not sorry for my language, you know, just like they're not white. You see his shirt that he has on under his blazer, like where his tie is, that's white. Is he white? He does not match that. He is red, you know, but, you know, this will affect the so-called black community, you know. Which, you know, the so-called black community are Israelites, you know, lineage-wise. But spiritually, most of our people, they're not Israelites, because they're not serving Yahweh Bashmalsha. They're serving this world. They're serving their own belly. They doing what they want to do. So, therefore, the Lord is going to allow them to suffer, you know. And we're not praying for our people, you know. We're only praying for the elect, you know. So, you know, I just wanted to make this video, man, to warn the sheep when they want to flock. You know, no matter what happens, you know, we know Jacob's trouble has to happen. We know a great time of tribulation has to happen. You know, we are not to fear. We are not to, you know, back down from our faith. We got to go through whatever. But I want to get this in, I think it's in John 17. Yep, this is John 17 and verse 9. It says, I pray for them. These words are from our Lord, Yahushua, who the world calls Jesus. I pray not for the world, but for them which thou hast given me, for they are thine. You see that? So the Lord, you know, you got a lot of people that are on TikTok, that are on other platforms that speak about things that's going on, or even the government shut down, but the Lord's not dealing with these people, man. He ain't dealing with the whole world, except if you are Israelite, you are part of the elect. That's what the majority of people have misconstrued it or misunderstood. All the stuff that's happening in this country, man, with migrants coming over here. Hey, Esau's letting them in on purpose. He know what he's doing. They ain't getting over here on accident. I remember a couple of months ago, I seen a video of them getting off these buses that was government funded. You know, and they always be talking about shutdowns, but they always somehow come to an agreement. They do that to, I believe the Lord allows them to do that to get people, you know, on the edge, so to speak, and then he, you know, gets them back comfortable. But this time it may be different. I've been seeing a lot of brothers, you know, talk about how this one may actually be real, and it may actually be really detrimental, and it may not be like the same as last time, you know, because the Lord is the judgment is at the door. We are here, you know. Stuff ain't gonna go back to how it was before 2020. That was never normal, because we were still in captivity. You know, we were still at the bottom. We were still under the curses. We were still, you know, poor as a people, low as a nation. These Edomites, these so-called white people, if you don't know who that is, Esau, Edom is the biblical nationality of the so-called white race, or who you call Caucasians, they still were on top, you know? So, you know, everything always affects us the worst because we are at the bottom. You know, that's in the curses. That's in Deuteronomy. Let me see, Deuteronomy 28. I ain't read this in a while. Let me see. Let me get this. Deuteronomy 28 and verse. Salakia. It should be this far down. Salakia. But I know what it says. It says the enemy that is within thee shall get up above thee very high, and that shall come down very low. And that's who we are. And that's why these things always affect us first. Or affect us first and then affect us the worst. That's, hey, yep. This is Deuteronomy 28 verse 43. It says, the stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low. And he shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. And he shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail. The head is the top of something. It's leading. When you at the tail of something, you know. I remember when I was in grade school, man, back in the days when I was, you know, a little kid, you know, a youngin', as Jake say. They used to have these terms for, you know, I don't know if other Jakes, you know, when you was in grade school or 3rd, 4th grade, 2nd grade, you know, you're a youngin', you know. They would make us line up, like, when we walk in the hallways, and they'll have, like, somebody who's at the head of the line. They'll call them the line leader, or I think that at the end of the line, it was called the caboose or something like that, and they would call them the tail. You know, if you the line leader, like I said, you the head, so they're the head right now. You know, all the nations, really, but Esau is all the way at the top, because he's the wicked. The Lord has allowed him to, you know, do things. But, you know, this is another reason why we can't trust in this place. But we know 2/3 of our people, they mind is set up in America. They don't know nothing about America. You know, and that's just how the Lord set up, you know, set it up. So that's why for you, Jason, trust in this place, you gonna get it, man. You know, you about to go through the worst, you're gonna go through more than you've ever been through, even before, you know, this happens. This is Isaiah 30. And verse 1, it says, woe to the rebellious children, said the Lord, that take counsel but not of me, and that cover with a covering but not of my spirit. You see that? And that they may add sin to sin, and walk to go down to Egypt, and have not asked in my mouth, to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt. You see? So woe means death and destruction unto you Israelites that trust in this man. And he straight up telling you, you know, that we're going to suffer the most. But meanwhile, if you've been paying attention, I think this has been going on since last year. Like, I remember since February or January of 2022, they've been giving money to Ukraine and giving them billions. But, yeah, they're not going to help. They're not going to help their own. They definitely not going to help you Jakes, man. And I also remember when the pandemic first hit, when they were trying to give people the incision, that injection, they were saying that so-called blacks and Hispanics are going to be affected the most. And they were telling us to get it first. They said that, you know. So they tell you in your face. They don't say verbatim, oh, I don't like you, I don't hate you. They going to tell you in different ways. Oh, you need to get this first, you need to do that. And this is going to happen if you don't do this. They speak to you in a way to where it sounds sweet. And they're here to help you, but they're not here to help you. You know, and like I said, I believe that it may happen. But we'll see what the Lord got set up, because the Lord is in control, you know. But you Israelites that trust in this man, hey, you know, you trust in the shadow of Egypt, which Egypt is, you know, modern day America, hey, you're going to be confused. It says, therefore, the strength of Pharaoh should be your shame. And the modern day Pharaoh is Esau, Edom. You know, it's going to be your shame and your confusion, because, you know, when you go to this man, they might have it set up to where Esau does things like secretly too. And they might have it set up to where they, you know, they say, oh, you gotta take this in order to. They might bring out the, you know, we don't know when they're gonna bring out the MOTB. They might have tests. They might offer you money if you start if you run out of food stamps or Section 8, whatever it is that you got from Esau. They might offer you some money to take the seed in order to get that stuff back. Who knows what they're going to do? I'm just speaking as a man. You know? Who knows? But I want to get this in Micah 2 and verse 10. Right? It says, "Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted, and it shall destroy you, even with a sword destruction." You see? So, you know, that's what we're doing in this truth, man. We're raising in the spirit, you know, mentally, not physically. We don't gotta get up and go nowhere and think that we're not gonna escape. The Lord's doing things everywhere across the earth, but it's polluted. We ain't gonna have no damn government shutdown in the kingdom, man. The kingdom of heaven ain't gonna shut down. We ain't gonna have to give out, you know, money or food stamps, whatever. All stuff that Esau does, this ain't gonna happen in the kingdom, man. And we ain't gonna have this devil even over us, you know. So, you know, you Jace that's not in this truth, man, you about to suffer, man. You know? It's all about the elect, man. If you're not a part of the elect, you know, if this government does shut down and it gets crazy, the Lord has the elect, man. I want to get this in the book of Isaiah 10 and verse 20, because, you know, we're not trusting in this man, so we're not going to lean upon this man for nothing. This is Isaiah 10 and verse 20. It says, "And it shall come to pass in that day that the remnant of Israel, such as escaped to the house of Jacob, shall no more again stay upon him that smote them, which is Esau, Edom, but shall stay upon the Lord, the Holy One of Israel in truth." You see, the remnant shall return, even the remnant of Jacob, unto the mighty power. You see that? So if stuff do get crazy and if, all hell do start breaking loose, man, you know, not too long after this, man, and it actually happens, hey, man, call on YASHAMIAHLA, because it got to happen before the kingdom, you know. It might take off Jacob's trouble. Who knows, man? You know, but the black community will suffer, because us Israelites, we don't identify ourselves as black. That's not our nationality. We accept what the Lord has called us, and He set us up to be from the beginning. You know, so we praying that this does happen. We ain't hoping that it doesn't not happen. You know, because our people, the black community, the ones that identify themselves as being black, they don't call themselves Israelites, even though they know that they Israelites and they've heard it. Yes, they will suffer. So he's right in this saying this. They're the wicked, you know. They are the Lord's sword, you know. Deliver us from the wicked, you know. May Yahweh shall deliver us from the wicked, not allow us to fall to His devices, and protect us through these times. You know, so I just want to do a quick video on this, man. You know, if this happens or not, that the Lord got the elect through everything. So keep praying, keep fasting. You know, keep going out to the highways and byways. You know, I'm talking to myself first and foremost. I just wanted to do this video real quick. You know, this is not our rest. So, you know, it's not a surprise that He said this. You know, because we know who our enemies are. So until next time, I want to say Shalom, YASHAMIAHLA.